Hi students, welcome to Sridhar CC Ananthapuram YouTube channel and welcome to our session editorial analysis. So what do we have in our session? Daily we get a quote of the day for the motivation and one word substitutions, and editorial vocab covers both the idiomatic expressions and phrasal verbs along with the this content vocabulary, tough vocabulary. So right now we are in the discussion of idiomatic expressions, especially in the exam point of view, and phrasal verbs. So today is the end of the phrasal verbs list. Whoever are continuously following this class, they are pretty familiar with all the phrasal verbs which are very important to the examination. And editorial analysis, today's editorial related analysis will be discussed, and the last but not the least, test of the day with a new model and new shortcuts will be discussed. And let's get into quote of the day without delay. Yes, what is the quote? The way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain. So what does that mean, guys? So the way I see it, so what I feel, it's my personal expression, personal feeling. What is that? If you want the rainbow, yes, you want the rainbow, right? Everyone wants to see the rainbow. Everyone wants to enjoy the beauty of the rainbow. The thing is, you gotta put up with the rain. Put up is a phrasal verb. Put up with is a phrasal verb. Put up with means tolerate. Tolerate the rain. So whenever you are ready to face the rain, even it's the hardest one, so you are going to get this rainbow definitely in your life. What does that mean? So if you are ready to face the obstacles, if you are ready to cross these obstacles and tough things, so definitely you are going to experience the success and the happiness of that success, without a doubt, is the quote of the day said by Dolly Parton. Yes, let's get to the idioms usage. In danger of something or danger to. So in both ways we can use. Here most of the cases, air pollution is a danger to Earth's ecosystem. It's a danger for small kind of error. Danger for something strong. Danger to Earth's ecosystem. So that is the possible way to use this danger plus to. It's a kind of phrasal expression. In order to, it's very pretty familiar, like everyone uses it. The management installed biometrics in order to prevent fraud. So in order that fraud is prevented, like your mind the point what I'm insisting is your mind accepts so to the sentences, if they are modified to the flexibility to our own knowledge. So here, so the sentence seems very clear and very understandable, right? But the thing is, so in order to, it's a phrase collocation, like every time it's repeated. If you just miss it, in order that fraud is prevented, even though your mind accepts, the thing is, so compulsorily it has to be in this form only. That is what you need to fix in your mind. Next, independent from. Yes, she has been independent from her husband. She has been independent to her husband. So from and to, it's strong, and from has to be used. What does that mean? So completely free from someone, right? Free from, independent from. Let's get to phrasal verbs, and today we are going to wind up this phrasal verbs list. So definitely people are going to have root words right from tomorrow already, which was promised a few days back. So as keeping this point in view, I didn't start that root words now. So this phrasal verb list is getting completed. I'm going to get into root words. Be regular to the classes, which you are going to get a lot number of lots of words through these roots. So be regular. So take the notes down and take the PDF, and so every time I say, just keep repeating, keep revising these things, then only you can remember these things. If not, everybody forgets, right? So take after. So you are taking after someone, like resembling or in appearance or character. You want to say about a person. Jagat really takes after his dad. Jagat really takes after his dad means it's not taking, or it's not anything related to after here. So he is exactly like his dad, like resembles either in character or appearance. So he is just as similar as his dad. You want to say that? So then use take after. Take care of, everyone knows this. Look after, take care of. So it's a phrasal verb. Vice versa. Look after is a phrasal verb. Look after means to take care of. To take care of means, so obviously look after. So I'll take care of your plans while you are away. I'll look after your plans while you are. Take off. So you know, everybody knows, like take off means to leave the ground. Particularly we use this phrasal verb to planes, aeroplanes, right? So the plane took off at 6 a.m. is the point, and take on. So you are taking on means you are hiring something or you are engaging the staff. Business is good, so the company is taking on extra staff. Taking on means hiring or engaging the people. And the last but not the least, take out. Take out means to remove or to extract something. She took out a pen. So she removed a pen to know the address. She extracted a pen. So in that cases you can use take out. Take out in general sense you also you can, I took out my wallet. So in that ways you can use this. Next, today's editorial vocabulary: quantum. Quantum of Solace. There is a name of James Bond movie. So that is the title. I mean that is the tagline of one movie. So quantum of solace. Quantum means particularly amount or portion of. So the proper share of. Solace means comfort or consolation or support. So quantum of solace means like two people exist together. They have that quantum of solace means they both in portions they both support and console themselves. That is the meaning actually. Criminal contempt. So what is this criminal contempt? It includes any act or publication. 2 points. Scandalizes the court. Scandalize means speaking ill about the court of law. Next, prejudices means having a personal opinion towards something about any judicial proceedings. Prejudices means like my self opinion to express. Expressing my self opinion is prejudice. And the last but not the least, interfering with the administration of justice. So interfering in this justice system, administration in any other manner is called as criminal contempt. Next, civil contempt means it refers to willful disobedience towards the court in order of an order of any court is called as civil contempt. Criminal contempt means like opposite to court. Stature. Stature means reputation or status. Status you can easily remember, right? Position or standing. Default. Default non-payment or failure to pay something is called as default. Defaulter is the person who was unable to pay anything is called as defaulter. Upstanding, you know, outstanding. Outstanding means extraordinary. Upstanding means honest or honorable, high-minded, respectable, high-principled kind of person is upstanding. Insinuation. Insinuation means implication, suggestion of something bad, especially is insinuation. Next, unpalatable. So palatable, which is acceptable, which is pleasant to our mouth or senses. So this one, unpalatable means not agreeable or unpleasant or distressing. And next one, paint oneself into a corner is the phrasal expression to put oneself in a situation that is difficult to escape. Next, quietus. So something that has a peaceful conclusion or end or dissolution is called as quietus. Bona fides. Bona fides means especially authenticity. Bona fide certificate is a Latin term. Bona fide means trustworthy, like that which you can have trust on is called as a bona fide. Bona fides means authenticity, like having clarity, defensibility. Next, face saving. Something is done in order to preserve reputation, like face saving the face means it's a phrasal expression actually. To save the face means to protect your reputation. Heed. Pay no heed to means pay no attention to. Heed means to pay attention towards something. Set store by. So here this is also a phrasal expression. To consider that something is very important, to think that something is valuable is set store by. Next, standing. Standing means everybody knows it's a regular one is like to stand up. So here standing means according to the context of the editorial, that means position or good reputation or status or stature. In the eyes of, in the view of, sustenance. Sustenance, sustain means of support. Support or maintenance is sustenance. So on its own motion, it's also a phrasal expression. Suo motu, Latin legal term. So on its own motion means it describes an act of authority. So about without formal prompting from another party. So without prompting from another party, just describing an act of authority taken is called as on its own motion or suo motu. So for instance, so for example, characterize, to describe or outline or depict. Embroil. Broil means actually to get into a quarrel, here involving or mixing up or entangling. Shine a light, to examine something more precisely in order to make it more clear. To shine a light means to make something more clear, to have a better understanding. Purge. Contemner, person who shows contempt on something. Contempt means ridiculous speaking, ridiculous talking. So talking something ill about something is called as a So this contempt, so whoever contempts is called as, whoever shows contempt, sarcasm towards something is called as contempt. No, and the next one is Purge. Purge named movie also was there in Hollywood, and it has 3 parts even. So it's actually thriller genre or come horror genre. So so Purge means clear out or removing something, get rid of something, dismiss something, absolve something, absolve. Next, come across. This is a phrasal verb. So come across, appear, suddenly, perceived, be understood, be comprehended. So it has come across my mind means it has come to my mind. I have perceived that particular point in my mind. In that way, so you can use come across. Next, so today's editorial, Quantum Not of Solace. See, Quantum of Solace is title, movie name. So here in that similar rhyming sense, Quantum Not of Solace means, so this portion is not in a perfect consoling situation, so that's not proportionate, that's not equally sharing. On Prashant Bhushan contempt case, so we people discussed about the case, this particular case few days back in our editorial, that is so one of the lawyers has contempt over the CJS, like Chief Justice of India, in Twitter. So that was called as criminal contempt, and so this particular judgment related to this Bhushan, definitely it's not giving a solace means, so it's not balanced. Supreme Court sentence here means verdict, judgment on Bhushan diminishes its stature. Diminishes means reduce, stature means status, exposes intolerant side. So it is showing it's intolerant, not being tolerant towards something. The penalty may be mild. Penalty, how the penalty is, so it may be mild, but its import is quite grave. So whatever the import is taken is quite grave, means serious. In imposing a nominal fine of 1 rupee, so 1 rupee on advocate Prashant Bhushan, one thing, for criminal contempt of court, and in the event of default, default means something wrong, so who did not pay. So if he is not if he is not able to pay, ask him to serve a 3-month simple prison term and be debarred for 3 years from legal practice. The Supreme Court has bared its dark intolerant side. So asking him to pay 1 rupee, if he is not in a situation to pay 1 rupee, so asking him to serve a 3-month simple prison term and also debarring him from legal system for 3 years. So all these seems so like it bared its, bared means kept something in open. So bared its dark intolerant side. Everybody can understand this. That this was in response to tweets that contained criticism on CJI and some of his predecessors, diminishes the court's stature much more than the upstanding lawyer's tweets that contained insinuations and opinions that the judiciary found unpalatable. So however, so what this court of law discussed and gave the verdict, so it was in response with these tweets that contained criticism over the CJI and his predecessors. So it's definitely diminishing, means reducing this court stature, so much more than the upstanding lawyer's tweets. So this thing has to be understood. Next, during the hearing on sentencing, it appeared that the bench had painted itself into a corner and was looking for a way by seeking an apology so that a quietus could be given to the whole issue. So here, hearing on this sentencing, so the bench, whoever decided this, had painted itself into a corner. What does that mean? It's a phrasal expression. Painted its oneself into a corner means, so that is difficult to escape. So this particular court of law, that bench had painted itself into a corner means, so it made itself the situation difficult and looking a way out for seeking an apology so that a quietus means a fine conclusion could be given to the whole issue. However, Mr. Bhushan was in no mood to oblige. So here the highlighted thing is, so Mr. Bhushan was in no mood to oblige to the conditions, placing his bona fides, means like I already told, bona fide means having trust. So conscience about the need to give a face-saving option to the court to close the case. So he even gave the court to close the case, showing his bona fides and conscience. It is unfortunate that the court did not heed the Attorney General's wise counsel that it should display magnanimity by not imposing any sentence and by considering the tweets as bona fide expression of criticism aimed at improving the institution's stature. So here the thing is, the most unfortunate thing is the court did not heed, means pay attention to whatever the Attorney General's wise counsel. So what is that advisory? So it should display magnanimity, means big-heartedness by not imposing any judgment or sentence to this particular liar, and by considering the tweets, just by considering the tweets that they are bona fide expressions of criticism. So what is the purpose of that criticism? In the sense, so aimed at improving the institution's stature, means that standard. So how ridiculous that was. The 82-page sentencing verdict, much like the 108-page judgment finding Mr. Bhushan guilty, sets much store by the claim that it is not so much the reputation of individual judges that the court is seeking to protect, but the standing of the institution in the eyes of the public, whose faith and trust are necessary for its sustenance. So here, the judgment, the verdict, whatever was given, finding this person guilty, sets much store. Here, sets much store also was given to you as a phrasal expression, right? Set much store means to consider that something is very important. So set much store by the claim, like considering that it's very important, that particular claim. It's not so much that the reputation of individual. So here, so the court is trying to express itself in this way, that it's not only finding, protecting the reputation of institution in the eyes of the public, but also to protect, but also its standing of the institution in the eyes of the public, so whose faith and trust are very much necessary for its sustenance. If the judiciary's majesty, dignity and trustworthiness were indeed the values at stake, it would have been far more advisable for the court not to have taken up this matter on its own motion. Here the thing is very clear. So keeping this majesty and dignity and trustworthiness, if they are at stake means at risk, would have been far more advisable. So it was advisable for the court not to have taken any action related to this. So for instance, the defense of truth taken by Mr. Bhushan has been characterized as something that aggravates the contempt. Here one more example, so to tell that the thing is very much complicated. So the defense of truth, whatever the truth was there, so the defense of truth by this Mr. Bhushan, so definitely it's going to increase or aggravate or intensify the contempt without any doubt. Means if he accepts the verdict immediately, there is no problem at all, but he is trying to defend the truth also. The reasoning is right. His logical thinking is quite right. Past CJIs and retired judges whose conduct and opinions were sought to be marshalled in Mr. Bhushan's defense would not have been embroiled in the current proceedings. So here the reasoning is completely right. Past CJIs, means Chief Justice of India, and retired judges, their conduct and opinions, they have to be marshalled in Mr. Bhushan's defense, could not have been embroiled, means mixed up in notice to him. So that is the point we need to keep in our mind. However, this was fairly obvious. What is obvious? When the court issued embroiled in the current proceedings. So when the court issued notice to him, so what was obvious? This embroiling the current proceedings was very clearly obvious in the notice. Surely someone cannot be found guilty of contempt without giving him an opportunity to explain his view that the CJIs of the last 6 years had contributed the destruction of democracy. Here the pretty clear thing is, whenever you are just suggesting that a person is a criminal of contempt, so definitely he is asked to speak or explain why he put such kind of statements about the last CJIs for the past 6 years. So telling that they had led the things to destruction of democracy. So the proceeding was fated to shine a light on the court's conduct rather than on the actions of the contempt. Now here, so ironical thing is, so the case is going to be like it's going to show the court's conduct rather than means instead of the actions of the contempt. Now in the ultimate analysis, final analysis, it is not a verdict that purges Mr. Bhushan of any contempt. Finally, we can simply conclude that it's not a verdict related to Mr. Bhushan's contempt. Rather, it comes across as unfair but inevitable punishment for his refusal to apologize or express regret for his opinions on the conduct of the judiciary in recent times. So, however, so it seems like so as he disgraced or disobeyed or disagreed and defended the truth, so it seems like an inevitable punishment for those things in the eyes of public. So, however, we understood, so there is no matter of balancing the things. So let's see. Let's get into the test of the day here. So all the questions maximum to the point of the prelims, they ask you to find out the first statement, second statement after rearrangement. I didn't ask that questions because everyone knows that So here the only thing is we need to keep them in order. So let's crack this. Okay, in March when the epidemic was yet to take. So in March, directly it seems like an introduction. It doesn't seem like an introduction. Because when the epidemic was completely past. So okay, keep it in hold. In those days can't be kept. Shit. So actually B was missing here. So let me tell you that particular point also. So in those days projections based on epidemiological modeling that millions would be infected were met with a denial. For most of this month India has for most of this month India has consistently been contributing the greatest number of daily confirmed COVID infections. This week it has reported 78 infections a single day. So has pushed. Here I want to crack this particular model using this tenses. Here it's present, here it's present. I would like to link these two are in past. So moreover, so in two ways we can say, we can talk about past and we can come to present, we can talk about present and we can discuss past. So here the thing is, for most of this month, actually when you get this, we should not touch that in actual sense. Here the thing is, for most of this month India has consistently been contributing the greatest number of so this week immediately in this month, this week gives a perfect match. That's why D and E. Next, if you observe carefully, yes, immediately they are entering into previous days. In those days what happened, projections based on epidemiological modeling indicated that millions would be infected were met. So past things, discussing past things with denial by the government. So however, one second. In March when the epidemic was yet to take hold, means that was the very starting of the COVID pandemic. So that's why I would like to go with DEA. So then I would like to go with the C, DEAC. So how do they support? Let's see one more time. So here these two are in present perfect tense, like has pushed, has consistently been contributing. These two are in past, was and based and would. So all these are in past. So actually one sentence is missing, but these four are internally connected. That's why I am just giving you that. So here, so first two statements discussed, for most of this month India has been consistently contributing the greatest number of daily confirmed COVID-19 infections to the world. This week, this particular week, it reported, so within this month, this week. That's why I internally connected D and E as first two statements. Next, so immediately the context jumped to past. In March when it was yet to take, so at the very starting. So contextually you need to have an idea about this. So COVID-19, everybody in the world is pretty familiar with this context. That's why. So in March what happened, that was not taken in a very serious way, and they felt that the belief that would be vanquished, means it will be disappeared. In those days projections based on epidemiological modeling which indicated that millions would be infected were met with denial by the government. So however, one sec. So actually here this is B, don't get confused, this is B. So it was somewhat inserted, it was not created properly. That's why a small kind of confusion what I'm trying. So already we took D as the first statement and E as the second statement, then we went to past DEA. So they felt that it could be vanquished. And next C, in those days so it met with the denial by the government, like they felt that so they millions would be infected with this statement. That particular statement was met with denial. Denial means rejection by the government, DEAC, and the only leftover thing is B. That means disbelieved by many, especially because of how it had pulverized. So that is the only leftover thing. That's why B will be the last one. DEACB is the combination. Cross check once again. So in your PDF, you can crack it. So as I told, that's all, guys. I hope you enjoyed the class today. So you enjoyed watching the class today. And right from tomorrow onwards, so I'm going to deal with these root words. Don't miss the class. So thank you for watching, and subscribe to our channel and share with your friends. And finally, the last but not the least, don't forget to like. Thank you. Signing off.